Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Omari Fleming. We begin tonight with some very positive news. Nearly 69% of the county's target goal of San Diegans now fully vaccinated against coronavirus, offering evidence that we are approaching so-called herd immunity. So could the end be near? NBC7's Amber Frias spoke to a local doctor to find out.
Well, if you're thinking the coronavirus might be less damaging once we reach a certain percentage of vaccinated people, I have bad news. According to a doctor I spoke to, the pandemic will end, but the coronavirus is here to stay. For a long time, we've heard the end of the pandemic be attributed to two words: herd immunity. Time and time again, public health officials have stressed that immunizing enough people would eventually stop the spread of the coronavirus.
It's kind of like creating dead ends for the virus, not let the virus go anywhere.
Health officials have estimated anywhere from 80 to 85% of the population needs to be vaccinated to reach herd immunity. So as we move closer to that goal, what happens next?
If we reach a certain percentage, then we really curtail the ability for the virus to continue to spread in the way it was before, and thus remain a much controllable and less likely to cause sort of a pandemic type of infection.
Will the coronavirus ever go away?
Probably not. We're looking at a situation where it could be like the flu, where the virus continues to come back in one form or fashion, but without causing widespread infection.
Dr. Lepe says we can expect the symptoms caused by the virus to also remain the same.
I don't think the virus will change in a way sort of the nature of the infection it causes or the symptoms, but the key is that it will, if we develop this so-called herd immunity, we will have less patients that will get infected. So statistically speaking, you will have less patients that are likely to develop severe symptoms.
Bottom line, the coronavirus is here to stay, but an end to the pandemic is possible through more vaccinations.
We're on the brink of opening the economy and opening the state, as you know. We would have not reached this point without the vaccination campaign that we thankfully have going on right now.
Currently, roughly 69% of the targeted population is fully vaccinated.
We're really proud of how far we've come, but we also recognize that we have a long way to go.
And community groups who have been working hard to vaccinate residents aren't letting up.
All of these efforts are still continuing. We're still out, even still handing out PPE, making sure that people know that COVID's not over, that we still need to take precautions. Our promotoras are still out every single weekend.
Otherwise, Dr. Lepe says herd immunity will remain out of our reach. And without it, we could risk another outbreak.
It's a lethal infection. It's still very severe, and we still need to continue to take it very seriously.
Amber Frias, NBC7.